My abusive boyfriend threatened me with violence if I wore my dress to a birthday party because it was too revealing, so I wore an even more revealing one. My boyfriend was someone who was very controlling, and when I was with him, I really had no true freedom of my own. It started with small things. He would tell me not to order wine when we would have dinner, or tell me not to order extra cheese on my pasta as I shouldn't need the extra calories. Stuff like this makes me think that he started out small, making me question my self-worth a lot, and changing my perception of myself to an alcoholic, a girl who should be skinnier, etc. Once he had my self-image ruined, he used this as an opportunity to try to escalate his controlling behavior. The control was gradual. He would first tell me I was not allowed to have male friends. I was okay with it. Then I was not allowed to go out to clubs without him. Then I was never allowed to go out to clubs, even if I asked him to join. Then I could no longer go out at all, even for lunch or dinner with one of my girlfriends. Whenever I defied these rules of his, I would get verbally abused and yelled at. The very first time he yelled at me, I cried a lot. I come from an abusive household where yelling is associated with physical violence. The first time I went against him and tried to stand up for myself was when he told me I was not allowed to go meet up with a friend who flew in from Italy for the first time in a year. Up to this point I would class him as emotionally abusive, but not verbally. But this time he yelled at me, and called me stupid. I cried after that, seriously believing he would hurt me. The fact he yelled hurt as he knew how much trauma I have surrounding it. I suppose I can thank him however, as nowadays when someone yells at me I am no longer affected by it. This is because he has yelled at me so much that I have stopped responding. I have stopped reacting. It got to a point where every single time I stepped out of line, he would yell at me. Every time I would nod my head, apologize, promise not to do it again, then have him coerce me into intimacy. I think I mentally checked out of the relationship a long time ago. I just never had the strength to end it. Well, my opportunity to end it came when a birthday party of my best friend came around. The party was going to be at her house, and it was her 22nd birthday. She gave me an invite, but partially expected me not to go. She knew about my situation and no matter how much she tried to talk me into ending it, she never managed to fully convince me. He was also a scary-looking guy, very tall and intimidating looking, so she never got in his face. I think she was almost